Hello, let us look at some constructions or transformations through constructions. Now, first one is the translation by this given vector. So we want to have this triangle moved along this vector by this much. Now, in order for us to do this one, there are many different ways of doing it, but I guess I'm going to try to use our knowledge on constructing a parallel line and copying the line segment. Now, then first, what we like to do is we like to get a compass and a ruler. So using a ruler or a straight edge, draw a line segment. Then what we end up having is we created an angle over here. So second, we're going to go to that point and open it up a little bit and draw an arc. We're going to copy that arc right over here as well. Second, we're going to try to measure the spread. It's about that big, or maybe we'll try to. That big. Then we're going to go over here. And then all we have to do is go from the point and connect it. Now then I ended up drawing a parallel line, but I'm not done yet because vector not only has the same direction, but the line segment has to be, the length has to be equal as well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, measuring the entire length of the vector. It's about this big. So I'm going to come over here and draw. So that means in this case, we realize that this point has been moved to over here by the given vector. So we finished the first, we translated the first point, and we have to do the same thing with the other points as well. So this time I'm going to use the green. And then same deal as before, go over here and copy an arc and draw one over here and go back and then measure the spread. Okay, it's that big, so I'm going to just copy that over here. And then all I have to do is connect those 2 points. All right, now I have to go back here. Try to see. So our vector is this much long, so I'm going to go over here. And draw an arc. Then I know that this point over here has been translated to this point. So I got the second point. Now, let's go for the third point. We can do the same thing as well here from this particular point. Of course, there are many different ways of getting the answer. I get that, but for now, we're just going to use this method. Now I'm going to use the blue, drawing a parallel line. By copying the angles here. And then go up. That seems to be the spread of the angle. And then move the ruler. And lastly, we have to copy the line segment, or the length of the vector here. Goes this much. So I'm gonna go over here. All right, so we realize that that is our third point through the shift. Then I can connect these 3 points. There it goes. So basically what we have done was we copied this highlighted triangle through this given vector, hence our result was right over here. All right, so with that we just finished translating a triangle by this given vector. All right, let's go for number 2. How do you find the reflection? One thing about reflection is the distance from this point to the line has to be copied on the other side perpendicularly. So to do that, first I'm going to take out my compass. And then I'm going to open the compass a bit more than the line segment. Let me try to go for, let us say red. And without changing anything, copy this. I'm going to move it up. So I realized that this point has been copied over here. So I'm going to mark it. How about the second one? Second one is a bit close. And then maybe I'll just use a green. And that's the first. What? And then that's my second point. And third point is coming from here. And maybe I'll just use the blue. And around there somewhere. Okay. So our third point seems to be around here. Now what we have to do is take out our ruler and connect the line segment. All right, there we go. So this is a copy of the original figure through the reflection of this line. All right. Third is that we need to get the reflection over this particular point. Uh, once again, there are different ways of doing it, but our approach will be simply finding the or copying the line segment. That's the concept that which we will be using. So here I go for the red line segment, and then with the compass, it's that much. Then I'm gonna go that much, and then that becomes my first uh, point of reflection. Second, I'm going to use the green. Starts from here. There it goes. So that's the distance between the point, the vertex, and then the point of reflection. And oh, actually, I guess I have gone over a bit more. Then what I can do is I can just extend this line a little bit farther. Then I realize that must be right over here. That's the second point. And third point that I'm gonna make something like this. I'll go for the blue. And I go to the point from vertex of the triangle to the point of reflection. That much has to be passed through on the other side. Then we realize that that's my third point. So when I connect them through, when I connect those last two dots, then we just created a triangle that is a reflection of the original through that particular point. All right, so let's look at number 4. Now we want to rotate this triangle about this point by 90 degrees. So what we're going to be doing is this. First, we're going to draw a line using a straight edge. Make sure it's long enough so that I can draw a circle around it. Open this one up. So actually what I can do is I can just come over here, and that seems to be that I can draw the circle like in this way. So what I have done was that by drawing the circle, I know that this will be the end point, and this is the end point where this point is the midpoint. Then after you have drawn that, all you have to do is just go more than halfway and draw an arc. Draw another arc, and all you have to do is connect the intersection. Then if you have done it correctly, then you use the two intersection, and then the center will be all together along the same line. Since I'm moving 90 degrees, that means I have to go counterclockwise. So from here, I'll be moving over here. So that will be our point. After reflection and rotation by the 90-degree angle. So we're going to do the same thing with the other 2 points here. And drawing. Let me go for green. Same deal. I have to make well, I can just go from here first, I guess. Alright, so that's the circle that I can draw. That on the outside. Then at this point, my arc has to be greater than the half. So that's what I'll be getting for the first one. That's it for the second one. And by connecting the two intersections, as you can see, I have to go through the center. And we know that at this point, by rotating counterclockwise by 90 degrees, then it would have been right over here. So that would have been our second point. Third point would have been from this particular point. I need to go to the center, and I'll go for the blue. And then so that was the radius. Then I can draw the circle in this way. Then from the blue circle, now I have to go more than halfway and draw an arc. Go over here. Draw another arc. And then, so now we have drawn the line that's perpendicular, but since it has to move by 90 degrees, this point will be moving towards this way. So that's where this triangle is moving to, those three. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply I have drawn that line segment, and then second one is coming through this way. All right, so from here we get to realize that from the original blue triangle, we made it into black by rotating it by a 90-degree angle. So here it goes. Alrighty, so let's look at the next question here. Number 5, same deal. Translate this triangle by this given vector. So we're gonna try to do this one more time. First, I can draw any line that I can create an angle here, and I'm gonna get a compass. Go to the intersection and open up a little bit and draw an arc. And we will definitely draw the arc here. And then let's go for the spread of the angle. and then we have to copy the same thing. And what we have to do is we just have to connect. All right, and then we just have to copy the length of the vector. All right, that's the length. And draw an arc, and you get to see that. That is our first point. How about the second point? I'm going to use the green. Okay, so now second one is the green angle here. From this intersection, I'm just going to draw an arc. Now notice that this doesn't touch this one, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the vector a little bit longer. Okay, so I extended it so I can kind of find the spread and arc quite nicely. And this one will be. And now I have to go back and measure the spread. Okay. So I'm going to go here and then I copy the angle or the arc spread. So here all I have to do is connect this point. All right. And now all I have to do is copy the length. All right, so that becomes my second point. All right, so let's go for the third one. This one I'm gonna do this one by the blue. By extending it further, I can have a little bit bigger spread. And then that's the first arc. That's the first arc. All right, now that's the spread. And all we have to do is now all right, so that's my third line. That's parallel to the vector. And then what I have to do is, as you know, I need to measure the vector. All right, so here we get the blue one is actually what we're doing. Okay, so the last point will be right over here. So all I have to do is just connect them. All right, so then here we can see original blue triangle has been translated by the given vector and then creating the black triangle over here. All right, now how about the next one? Number 6. So let us look at number 6 together. And reflection over this line. So same delay as before. We will be using the compass. Make sure it's over the line. And without changing it, I just have to go over here. Over there. So we just copy this point over to the other side. That's my first reflection. Second reflection, I'm going to do it over here. Let's make it as green. Obviously, I need to go a little bit more. Okay, here it goes. Oh, actually, it was still in green, and then we have to come over here to the point of intersection and draw an arc. Draw an arc as well. There it goes for the second point. Third one would be blue. And then so that's my third point. And all we have to do is now connect them together. then the last point will be connected in this manner. All right, so this line has been reflected about this, this triangle has been reflected about this line, end up being right over here. And that becomes our answer. Alrighty, so let's go for the next question. Number 7, reflection over the given point. Where's the point? Right over here. So this point is on the point of reflection, so it doesn't have to move. It can stay there as it is. How about the others? All I have to do is, this is rather simple. So I just have to extend each side. I'm going to use the red. And then use the compass to copy that much. Then I'm just going to come over here, and that will be the first point. Well, I can say second point because first point was already here. How about the third point then? All right, I'm going to use the green, then extend it this way. So what I need to do here is from that intersection, that's how long this one was, to the other side, then that becomes my last point. So all I have to do is just connect these 3 points down. And then all right, so blue triangle now has been reflected over the given point over here, ended up in the black triangle here. All right, let's look at the last question, which was rotation by 90-degree angle. So notice that this point is already at the point of rotation. So then this point doesn't have to move. Then what else has to happen? Similar to the previous question, first what we have to do is we have to extend each side so that we can have some sort of a diameter going on. And from that point, that's how long it is. Then what I want you to do is just draw a circle around it and go a little bit more than halfway. Draw an arc. And draw an arc. And draw an arc this way. Draw the chord. But rotation of negative 90-degree angle. So instead of this point going this way for counterclockwise, we're going to go for clockwise. So this point will be now reflected on that plane. That point. Let's go for now next one. And I'll use the green. All right. So then Oh, it's that distance. Then I'm going to just draw the circle in this way. From that point, I'm going to go more than halfway. Draw an arc. And then draw an arc. And we have drawn the perpendicular bisector. And as you can see at this point, if you go this way, it will be positive. I mean, a positive 90 degrees because it's going counterclockwise. We want it to be going to clockwise, so it has to be right over here. And the first point being over here. So all we have to do is connect those 3 points. That's the first one. That's the second one. Third point. All right, so in this way, we translated this triangle over that direction clockwise because it was once again a negative 90-degree angle and finished the construction. All right, that's it, and I'll see you later.